Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Before I start, please join me tonight. That's right, tonight from 8 to 10, I'll be hosting the Asia session for My Funded Futures. Great time. We have 10 giveaways, 10 rapid accounts to our big community. Last time we had close to 600 people, and it was just a really amazing. We had great patterns, great trades. So be there. NASDAQ, S&P, gold, and oil is what we look to cover during that session, so be there. Also, if anybody would like to reach out to me, here's my personal cell phone number, 914-500-7484. And if you would like a 5-day free trial to my Discord, I stream every day from 8:30 to 4, Monday through Friday. Please text me your full name and your email separately to 914-500-7484. All I can say, it was Christmas in July. I had probably one of the best shorts of the year. Right after the FOMC chairman was talking, or right as he was nearing the talk, the NASDAQ futures hit 28,099. I said I would short the world. I literally top tick Google at 342.50. Now, what we saw after that was an absolute caboose, roughly 800 points. Actually 900 points lower. S&Ps were trading 74.80, went out 73.36. So an absolute caboose here. After hours, we got Meta down over 8%. Microsoft's up small here. We got Amazon tomorrow. We have Apple tomorrow. I'm telling you right now, this is healthy for the markets. I'm expecting the markets to do this all the way till September. And then we're going to right up sometime mid-October, start this monster rally into the first quarter. I don't think they're going to cut interest rates. Matter of fact, I think they're going to lower interest rates. I do think the 10-year bond's going to hit 5%, and I say I would buy all the bonds you can on the 10-year at 5%. If you're an investor long term, I think that's a really great play. And then I think they can do everything they can to cut interest rates to try to really fuel the economy and get the markets back up. Plus, I do think the president's going to win the House and the Senate, and I think that's going to be very bullish for the markets as well. Okay, all right. So today, how do you trade a Fed? Today's title is how do you trade a Fed rate decision, interest rate decision? Well, you wait patiently, right? The markets he really didn't say anything. All he said was they're not hiking, and there was 9-3 in favor of no hike. So 3 people were in favor of a hike. Now they know that there's inflation, but they don't really want to address it. They're looking at numbers here that, you can do anything you want with numbers, right? I guess. So the point here is that, how do you trade these numbers? How do you trade these type of markets? And the simple way is very simple. What you do, you just take the ability to trade the markets in such a way that you just trade exactly what's in front of you. I got big sell reversals, using my algorithms, using my indicators to create the condition, to see the shorts. I mean, when they pushed up today, there was nothing but non-confirmations, and let me show you here, okay? So if you look here, all right, on the 30-minute and the 60-minute time frames, you can see the NASDAQ futures making new highs here, okay? And when they were making new highs here, you can see that the MACDs did not confirm the highs on the 60-minute time frame. So this was a big problem here, a very, very big problem. And what again, understanding how to take advantage of these, I mean, literally, we top ticked the NASDAQ. I literally sold Google. Look at this Google, okay? Look at this Google. 42.5. I actually sold the high on the day. Now, I didn't get this gigantic caboose, okay? I made money, but I left several points on the table. Oh my God, like a knife in the heart, okay? But again, we're seeing the likes of the semis really getting cabooshed here. Micron was trading over 1100, 720 right now. SanDisk, 2198, I believe that was a high, below 1,000 now. So, and then if you look here, look at these stocks like SNXX. These stocks here are trading $6. All right, these are names that I would be looking at. Eventually, I think SanDisk is going to go to the 800 level. Now, again, I think my number was 26,000, 25,500, 26,000 on the NASDAQ. If you do get down there, even here, I would be, if you have 100%, I would be taking 15 to 20% nibbling here. It goes down a little more by another 15, 20%. Ultimately, if it gets to a low of 25.5 or 26,000 or 25,000, I would be buying. And I think the target is, if you take the measured move from 23,000 to 31,000, that's 8,000 points. You take the measured move from the low to the high, you add the 8,000 points, you're looking at 38,000 on the NASDAQ, probably within a year from now. Okay, that's how I do my measured moves. All right. So we really had nothing but unbelievable bear flags. I want to show you one of the best bear flags today. After I got the big sell signal on the 15-minute time frames, at 10:10 this morning, look at this monster bear flag. Okay, is that what day is it here? Here it is. Here, look at this monster bear flag right here. Okay, 10:10, right there, 673.40. This is a monster bear flag on the 3-minute time frame. We caught this short, and my God, look at what they did. In literally 10 minutes, 673.40. They dropped over 200 points there. And then I called this 11:10 short, right? Look at this beautiful bear flag. This is the first bounce on the 5-minute time frame. After the 15, reverse to sell, and also when the 30-minute reverse to sell at 10:10 right here, at 10 o'clock, at 10:30. So you short the first bounce. Look at this, 669.93. And if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars, look at that. You dropped over $4 on the Qs. This is a set pattern. The 30s reverse to sell, putting everything in a negative trend. And what do you look to do? You short the first bounce on the 5-minute time frame, and bingo, right to the T. I said we're going to rally between 10:40 and 11:20. We got the bounce at 11:10 to the top, and then got absolutely kaboosh. So really great patterns here today. All right, so when I get back, I'll tell you what I expect for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, I want to see if we got any deep oversold conditions on the 30 and 60-minute time frames, and then I'll be looking for buys. You do have some buy divergences here on the underlying ETFs on the 30-minute time frame, but we'll see. We have Meta getting kabooshed here, and we have tomorrow we have Apple and Amazon after the bell. And let me look at ARM. ARM reported after hours here. It's ARM. Oh boy, ARM's down. I don't think it came out yet. Okay, but overall, I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait for some deep oversold conditions tomorrow, and we're going to then look for longs because I think the market is poised to get some type of a bounce, but we'll see. Okay, right now we're in a negative trend, and we'll see. But again, my number is 26,500. That's my first target. Then 26,000 will be my second. Then I think we'll get some type of a sharp rally. But I do think between now and September, the end of September, we're going to be making a bottom somewhere in the NASDAQ between 24, 25, 26,000. Like I said, I'd be scaling in because you take the measured move. I do believe 38,000 is coming in the next 18 months. All right. When I get back, I want to tell you the key that's really important in trading, and that's the scaling in and scaling out period. So I tell people all the time, when you have volatility like this, you got to go very wide. You have to go very, very wide, meaning the fact that when you're trading, you want to be able to be in a situation to scale in. So I was going 50 wide on the NASDAQ, and I was going 7 or 8 wide on the S&P. So scaling in and scaling out. So instead of doing every 10, maybe you do every 15 points, which gives you about 3 entries in the NASDAQ. If I call a range 300 to 250, maybe you go 295, you go 280, you go 265, and you go 250. So 295, 280, 265, and maybe if you did a fourth one, you did 250, and your stop is at 235. Most times people just do 3 entries, okay? But again, scaling in and scaling out, very important. A lot of people when they ask me, it's changed a lot of people's way of trading, and it's helped them immensely instead of doing single lot entries, especially with volatility like this. No. You don't want that. You want to be able to scale in and out of trades, and that's how you're going to protect yourself. Again, you have to take the number of contracts look at the range, and decide how you want to enter into that, how many contracts, and that's how all my traders trade. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight on the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Please hit the subscribe button. Please leave a comment. If you'd like to reach out to me and if you'd like to join my community of traders, please go to my website, sktrading.live. Also, if you'd like to get a 5-day free trial, please text me your full name and email to my cell phone, 914-500-7484. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tonight during the Asia session. Also, please hit the subscribe button to this podcast. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America. See you tonight.